people, this is Sam, South Carolina Happy Bees, and I've been looking for hives that's got wax moths, and I found one out here, one of my hives. And somebody wanted to know how I clean the frames and everything, so we're going to go through this step by step. This frame here, okay, there's a wax moth right there. See her? Hold on a second, I'm going to show you what my wax moth get rid of is. If I can find where I put it. There it is. Okay, wax moths are fine. I mean fast. They're kind of hard to get, so you have to be smarter than they are. See, she's still there. Now she goes. Yeah, I may have hit a bee, but let's see what we got here now. Some people say you're too close. Well, you're too close, too far away. Big deal. This is what wax moths will do to your frames. Got all this webbing, and in that webbing is little worms. There's one right here. Right there. Moving around. But they'll eat all your foundation up. Here's one with the bigger worm. Right here. I don't know if y'all can see her moving in there. There you go. Moving in there, but she is. This one here. Let's see what they do to it. Like I say, there's a bigger one right here. There's a bunch of little ones. Little ones down here. They'll eat everything in the hive, run all the bees off, which is what happened to this one, I think. See all this? That big worm right there. We got a box over here that we'll close them up in there till we get them to the house, and then I'll show you what we're going to do when we get there. But that's what all that is. This here is wax moths don't bother frames unless they've had brood in it and stuff. See, this one is a wax frame, had never had anything in it. And then down here, there's a bunch of this stuff. Another wax moth. We got her. See, that's all I'm going to show you about this right now. We'll catch it up later. Y'all have a good one. We'll be back. Hello people, this is Sam again. We're back home, and somebody wanted to find out about wax moths. Said he had a couple of frames. You want to know what I did to clean them. Okay. Went out to the farm today and found the wax moths. And see how that one looks? This is one that was infested by wax moths. Got all this little webby stuff here that wax moths will put in there, and they just destroy these things. Got little worms that goes through it. But what we're going to do to take care of it is, the first thing we do is we find us a bucket, or you can find something else. You might want to drop it in a bag. And I cut my strings. That's why I use strings. One of the reasons. Got all that wax off. And what we're going to do with this wax is put it in a wax melter and let it melt. And this is what we've got left. And we look at it and make sure we don't have any more wax moths or anything on it that we can see, or the cocoons. We'll show you those in a few minutes. But they'll get into areas like this. Okay, but you cut all that wax off. Y'all probably know how to cut wax off. I don't need to show you this part. But cut the wax off. And if you got the coons in there or something like that, and you're worried about them having eggs, which you should if you got wax moths. I'm going to show you a couple more frames too that they got a little bit more carried away with. Now, you may have a different type frame than me. I'll show you something else here. Have a different type frame than me. You may not have to do all this, but this is what I do. Feels like we might get a rain. Hope we get this done. But you see that right there? That's a wax moth cocoon. If you can, tear all those off. And then we take that, and the little holes here on the end, I take a nail and push through there on all of these. And see this right here? This is the way the wax moths get into the wood. Where you at? There you at. See the little cuts in there? That's where the wax moth starts, and they'll get in there. But you put a hole in all those things. You get your 5-gallon bucket. You can use a tote or whatever you want to use. But with a 5-gallon bucket, I put maybe 2 cups of Clorox in there. That's Clorox. And fill it up with water. And I'll put this down there. Okay. The water's going to come up to about here. So you let it sit in there 15-20 minutes. Take it out and dip it back over. And that way the wax moths will be killed. The eggs will be killed. And that's how I clean them. This one is another one that they got a hole to. I mean, they just destroyed it. This is what happens when a hive gets too small. This one here, they swarmed. They were on the farm, and they swarmed, and the queen didn't come back. You see all this little, they're bad. Y'all can see slap through that one over there too. I mean, you got a hole here, but this is all honeycomb right here that they ate through. And that's about it, people. And the way I clean my frames and everything, and build my frames, you need to watch how I build frames 10 at a time, and that'll show you how I cleaned up these frames and everything. And this is, y'all finally see me. How about that? That's about it. Give us a thumbs up, comment what you think, share, subscribe, man, be happy. Y'all have a great weekend coming up. Okay. That's it. Y'all have a great one. Bye.